What's up, everybody? It's me, Joe Pisapia, back with another top 10 video for week 14 in the NFL. And as you can see today, I am channeling my inner Clark Griswold because, like Clark Griswold, things didn't go my way on Sunday. The Philadelphia Eagles let me down. I have to listen to the Welsh rub in my face for the rest of the week, but that's okay because, like Clark Griswold, I refuse to give up. So we are back at the grind, back trying to get some winning bets here for week 14. But before we get to those picks for week 14, don't forget, drop your comments below, subscribe to the Betting Pros channel, and you just might win a 1-year free premium upgrade to Betting Pros, the best betting tools on the planet, so you can start betting smarter and not harder. So drop your comments, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell till it goes ding for notifications, so you know every time a piece of content drops here on the channel. So, in the spirit of the holidays, let's get back and let's get some action for week 14, shall we? All right, let's kick things off here with number 10, the Patriots at Steelers, Thursday Night Football, under 30.5, minus 105 on FanDuel. Yes, I know 30 is a low number, but have you watched the New England Patriots offense lately? And now Mitchell Trubisky is going to take over the reins for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gross. I understand there could be turnovers in this game, but you have to also understand you'd have to convert those turnovers into points, and I just don't have faith that either team can do that on a consistent basis. The Pittsburgh Steelers on some of these primetime games typically play the under anyway, and now you're throwing the Patriots at them, a team that stops the run at a very high mark, so I like the unders here for Najee Harris, for Jaylen Warren on those rushing totals, and I like the under on this game too. This one reeks to me of 17-6, so give me the under on Thursday Night Football, and you might want to just, I don't know, pass and watch a Christmas movie instead. Number 9, let's go with the Bucs and Falcons. This one's in Atlanta. Let's go the under 39.5 at minus 105 over on FanDuel. What do the Falcons do well? They run the football. What do the Buccaneers do well? They stop the run. To me, this is where the immovable object meets the unstoppable force, or whatever the hell that expression is. But at the end of the day, I think this one might underwhelm a little bit. Mike Evans came off a huge day against the Carolina Panthers secondary. The Falcons secondary is much better. Baker Mayfield continues to be a guy who's up and down. He'll make mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, Desmond Ridder seems like he is a mistake at the starting quarterback position for the Falcons. I know that sounds harsh, but the stats will back me up on that. I just feel like this is going to be a little underwhelming from an offensive standpoint. So give me the under 39.5 with the Falcons and Bucs as these two teams fight it out in the NFC South. Number 8 on our list for week 14 in the NFL, the Texans, minus 6 at minus 110 at New York against the Jets. And this number you can get over on DraftKings. Tim Boyle's out. Who's in as the next Jets quarterback? It could be you, it could be me, who knows? All I know is the Jets offense can't do a damn thing, whether it's Trevor Siemian or whether it's back to Zach Wilson or who knows what's going on. I have to imagine Jet fans have a little FOMO watching Joe Flacco play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, wondering what could have been if we just brought old Joe back from the couch and stuck him under center for the Jets. But alas, the Texans will have some problems with that secondary, especially with Tank Dell now out with that broken leg. But I think the Texans can get enough done here at the minus 6. Also, I think that defense can get enough done too. They've been really good lately and improving. This is a young unit, but they continue to show that they have made great strides down the stretch here. Give me the Texans with the 6 points, minus 110. I think CJ Stroud can do enough regardless of that tough secondary. Look for them to run the football with Singletary, with Pierce, and the Jets will once again have another home loss. I'm sorry, Jet fans, I hate to pile on, but then again, as a Patriots fan, maybe I don't. Coming in at number 7 this week for my best bets, maybe I just can't learn, but I'm going to go with the Broncos again. That game was so close last week, so give me the Broncos on the money line at the Chargers, who have no home field advantage. You can get them at plus 126 right now over at Caesars. And also, again, give me the Broncos to make the playoffs as a big yes at plus 350 over on FanDuel. Last week, I was in on this saying if they could just squeeze out a victory against the Texans, boy oh boy, that plus 140 number to make the playoffs looks really good. Now, they almost nearly squeaked out that victory. The last play of the game, they fell short. I don't think they fall short this week. The Chargers are just no good at the end of the day. It tells you how bad the Patriots are, that they struggled as much as they did, but I will say this. I think the Broncos are in control of their destiny and they realize it. I think they are in for a big game here. The Los Angeles Chargers cannot stop anyone throwing the football on them. So give me Russell Wilson to have a big day here, a big bounce back game against the Chargers. And I think now is a time that really is intriguing to make a lot of big 3-1 money on them to make the playoffs too. If things go sideways, especially now this Trevor Lawrence injury has thrown a big wrench into the AFC playoff picture. Maybe I'm beating the dead horse, but Broncos, you're the horse I want to beat to death. That sounds morbid. Let's move on. Coming in next on our list at number 6, the Jaguars at Browns. Give me the Browns -3 at -108 over at Sugar House. Joe Flacco looked pretty good coming off the couch last week. I like what I saw. Maybe they fell a little short, but now they're going at home, and now the Jaguars probably won't have Trevor Lawrence this week, and they would be very wise not to throw him out there. As of recording this, we don't have clarity. It's probably going to be CJ Beathard playing quarterback for the Jags, and I would not put Trevor Lawrence anywhere near Myles Garrett with that ankle injury. That sounds like a terrible idea. So give me the Browns at the -3 before this continues to move when we get more clarity about Trevor Lawrence not playing this week. The Jaguars struggle in that secondary. We saw them give up way too many points to the Cincinnati Bengals and a backup QB. I think the Cleveland Browns can get back on track this week against the Jags at home. So give me the Browns, give me the points, and give me some cash. Next up on our list is number 5, the Colts at Bengals. Over 39.5, -112 over at FanDuel. Look at what happened with the Cincinnati Bengals this week. A fun game for them to put up some points on Monday night. Maybe, just maybe, the Bengals aren't dead after all, but regardless, even with the Jonathan Taylor injury, Zach Moss is a very capable running back. He should have a very good day against that Bengals defense that does not stop the run. You see Michael Pittman looked great in the last few weeks. He is a target machine. And Jamar Chase, somehow, still scoring touchdowns, being fantasy relevant. To me, 39.5 is just not enough. Jake Browning did a really serviceable job. Gardner Minshew has done the same. I feel like the Colts have aspirations for the playoffs. They're going to let it all hang out here on the road against Cincinnati. This could be a surprisingly fun game with a surprisingly high total because the defenses aren't great and the offenses are good enough to give us some points. So go over that 39.5. I think you'll be happy you did. Coming in at number 4, a huge AFC matchup. The Buffalo Bills travel to the Chiefs. 47.5 is the number. I'm going to go over, and I'm going to close my eyes over on DraftKings when I do at -110. I don't have a lot of faith right now in that Chiefs wide receiver core, and I don't know how anybody can. After a disappointing loss to the Green Bay Packers, where, yes, we can argue about bad calls all day long, at the end of the day, it's more of the same stuff. It's Travis Kelce and almost nobody stepping up besides him in this offense, besides Isaiah Pacheco, to help out our good friend Patrick Mahomes. And then you have Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills, and nothing seems to ever break their way. Is this the game that we hearkened for back in the day, where we see these two teams go blow for blow, back and forth, scoring points? I hope that it is. I think it will be. To tell you the truth, I think the Bills have a puncher's chance to win this game in Kansas City. I know that sounds crazy, but instead of wagering that, I'm just going to go with the over 47.5. I think they can squeak by this. I hope they can, because if not, both of these teams are in trouble for the rest of 2023. Coming in at number 3 on this week's list, the Rams at Ravens, -7. Give me the Ravens on this side at home, -110 at BetMGM. Baltimore is a really tough place to play. The Ravens are coming off of a bye. Keaton Mitchell, Gus Edwards running the football down the Rams' throat. Yes, please. Cooper Kupp looks like a shell of himself right now. I know he caught a touchdown, but it was a short yardage one. He seems to have no burst off the line to get open. Puka Nacua is dealing with a rib injury. To me, I'm looking at Baltimore and saying maybe they're not favored by enough. I think this one could actually go up as the week continues on, so bet Baltimore now. It's not that the Rams are a bad football team, but asking the Rams to go on the road to Baltimore coming off a bye, it's a bit of a tall ask for me. So give me the Ravens, give me their points, and give me that -110 over at BetMGM. Number 2 on our list for Week 14, we're about to get spicy, folks. The Lions at Bears. Give me the Bears on the money line at +150 over on DraftKings. The Bears have had a bye to regroup a little bit. They continue to play more competitive football. Justin Fields is playing for his future, not to mention a few other pieces also doing the same, as the Bears are evaluating what they have and whether or not they want to get some new toys in the draft with all those early picks they have in the top 5 for 2024. Meanwhile, the Lions defense continues to just give up points and points and then more points. What's going to happen here, especially when you consider Jared Goff is an indoor cat. He doesn't like playing outside in the elements. It's one thing to go to New Orleans and look good. It's another thing to go to windy Chicago and do the same. So I think the Lions are in trouble here. They're looking like they are limping to the finish line. Maybe they're reading too many of their press clippings from earlier, but I think the Bears have a real shot to win this game, and I am going all in on the Bears this week for the upset on the money line. Let's go, Chicago. And finally, at number 1 for week 14, Vikings at Raiders. Give me the Raiders +3 as home underdogs at -110 at BetMGM. I know that Justin Jefferson's returning for this game, but I love what Antonio Pierce has done with the Raiders. The Raiders have really rebounded and found themselves again. They seem to enjoy playing football. What a notion. And the Vikings seem to be struggling here. There were even rumors that Josh Dobbs might not start this game. And if they should pivot to Jaren Hall, I think that's a mistake. A lack of confidence in the quarterback is never a good thing here going forward. And I just think the Raiders are going to keep this one close. I think they have a chance to win this game outright as well. But I'm going to play this one a little safer. Give me the Raiders with the +3 as the Vikings continue to be a team that are really hard to bet. They are up, they are down. I know Justin Jefferson's coming back, but maybe there's some rust for him as well. And we don't know what he looks like with any of these other quarterbacks. So give me the Raiders here in what should be an upset in Las Vegas. There you have it, everybody. Those are my picks for week 14 in the NFL, but I want to hear from you. Tell me, Clark Griswold, Joe Pisapia, what you're in on for week 14. Drop your comments below, subscribe, go win that free premium upgrade to Betting Pros, and don't forget too, we've got an incredible bundle offer going on right now too, where you can bundle Fantasy Pros and Betting Pros together, get 30% off, and you also get a 1-year free double dip. That's right, so if you do it now, you get a whole extra year for free. Check it out, bettingpros.com/offers. That's the way to go. That'll do it for me, Joe Pisapia. We'll see you next time, kids.